Now, everybody here has been a kid once. And as a kid, you want a lot of things. But there's always one thing that every kid wants more than anything else. And for me, it was a 3D printer. Now, when I had one, after lots and lots of begging, I figured out that a 3D printer isn't a simple thing to use. Now, it broke a lot, over and over and over again, and I kept fixing it, and I kept trying to keep it working. And I did that because I was so passionate about the idea of owning a 3D printer. Now, what is passion? Passion is the thing that drives us to work. And work is just a task and an objective. But passion makes work not even feel like work. It makes the things that you have to do enjoyable. It makes some things enjoyable and some things not. But in the context of passion, there's a word called flow. And when you're in the flow, it's when you're so excited about something that you want to do or that you have to do that you lose track of time and you lose yourself in how exciting it is to be doing that. Now, this is my little sister at Montessori school. Now, Montessori schools really utilize the idea of flow because there's a lot of freedom in the classroom. The kids in the classroom are allowed to walk around and pick up and choose what they want to do. The teachers are only there to help them learn, not force them to learn. Now, I went to Montessori, and it gave me a passion for learning, being able to have that choice and choose at what rate I wanted to learn and at what rate and in what order I wanted to learn things. Now, this is me working with my 3D printer, and there's a lot of persistence involved in trying to work with something as complicated as this. The first time I got it, it instantly broke. I didn't know how to use it, and it got hung up on something, and the whole thing broke. It fell apart, and I shipped it back, and I got a new one, and 2 days later, I walked away from it, and I found it laying on the floor, completely shattered. And I fixed it, and it wasn't working, and I spent countless hours on threads and forums trying to find out what was wrong with it. And it just shows passion is something that you can lose yourself in. I was working with it for 3 days straight at one point, and I hardly realized any time was passing because that entire time I enjoyed what I was doing. I never hated a moment of working with the 3D printer. Now, this is Scratch. It's a programming language that was developed by MIT, and it's used to teach younger kids programming. Now, it's a really important part of my life because I used it for 3 years, and I'm still using it, and it's opened up a lot of opportunities for me, and it's been a really important part of my life. This is one of the opportunities. Because I was so experienced with Scratch, I was invited by Mr. Pierce to a conference where I would present in front of a few members of MIT that worked on the Scratch project. And one of them was the creator of Scratch. And I had never seen his face, but I was always thinking, what would I say to the creator of Scratch? And I shook his hand, and I talked to him, but I didn't know he was the creator of Scratch. And just being able to meet such an important indirectly important person in your life just because you're so excited about something is really a big thing for me. Being able to just get excited about something and make things happen, but not, and I don't get punished. It's like I procrastinate all the time with all this stuff that I'm so excited about and create these amazing opportunities for myself. Now, this is After Effects. It's a special effects program used for making short films and other types of films. But I found out about this, and I loved it so much. When I started using it, I spent hours upon hours upon hours on using it. And my parents would say, do your homework, and they'd find me using After Effects on the computer. And it opened up even more opportunities for me. I became more knowledgeable about After Effects than my technology teacher this year. And she asked me to teach her about After Effects. I was teaching my teacher by skipping my homework. But what I really want to say is, what's your passion? If you have a passion, go for it. What's stopping you? Make things happen.